So your agenda will be very simple. The problems on cost sheet. Every problem, if you do summary like this, you will get out of out. All raw materials comes under where? Prime cost. Where you keep your finished goods. That is called showroom. So whatever we have mentioned as prime cost, we have taken. Hello everyone, I am your Adarsh sir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the session 11 of your topic called Cost Accounting. Under Cost Accounting, we are doing problem called Cost Sheet Problems. Now, as I told you, in your session 10, I gave you one homework. The homework, it is nothing but, I gave you a complete question with hints. Along with that, I did problem till prime cost. Prime cost onwards, I told you it is your work, you have to work out. Now, just I'll show you the answer. Just cross check with your answer what you did. So your agenda will be very simple. The problems on cost sheet. And this is a problem. I am not explaining this. Why? Because in the session 10, we already did. All the explanation up to prime cost we have done. So, calculation of work cost, cost of production, cost of goods sold as well as your sales. That will be your homework. Then, for that homework, I'll show you the answer also. So, please cross check your answer along with this one. And please take a screenshot if you want the solution. So up to this, it will be question. This will be your answer, prime cost. It was already there in your session 10. So it is a continuation. These things you have to check. I am not into this screen. Why? Because you need to take screenshot of this. This is the next thing, cost of production. Please cross check with your answer whether you got same answer or not. So this will be your cost of sales or total cost, your final thing. And these are the notes for your problem. And this thing will be very simple. Solution, cost of material consumed, answer, prime cost answer, work cost answer, cost of production answer, cost of sales answer, and profit answer. So what is this? What is this means? You have done with your cost sheet completely. Now, you have to check whether your answer is correct or wrong. Now, this is a final chart, or else it is a shortcut. By looking at this, what is your prime cost you will get? What is your cost of material consumed? What is your work cost? Cost of production, cost of sales, and the final thing will be your profit. So it is a summary of your cost sheet. Better, every problem, if you do summary like this, you will get out of out. We'll do next problem along with summary so that it will be easy for you for the coming problems. Done? Yeah, if you want, you can take screenshot of this also. So today's problem it will be following particulars are expected from the Sumuchi Industry Limited for a quarter ended 31st March 2016. Now, in this, your columns will be particular as well as amount. How to solve this? Very simple. In this, first one, stock of raw material. All raw materials comes under where? Prime cost. So this will come under prime cost. Then stock of raw material at the end, it will also come under prime cost. Your opening stock will be added, closing stock will be deducted. Then purchase of raw material comes under prime cost. Productive wages comes under prime cost. Carriage inward comes under prime cost. Power and fuel comes under where? Where you use fuel and all, you will use it in factory. To run a machine, you need to add some fuel. That will be your power and fuel. Factory overhead. Next, research and experiment. Where we do research and all, it will be in your factory. So it will be factory overhead. Then stationery. There are two types. One is for factory, another one is for your office. Now, whatever the stationery spent for factory, it will be factory overhead. Whatever spent for office, it will be office overhead. Or else I can consider as administration overhead. Next, legal expenses, administration overhead. Audit fees, administration overhead. Cost of samples and fees. Now, where we give samples and gift, if you want to sell your product, you will go for samples and gifts. Again, I'll repeat. If you want to sell your product, there is a marketing tactics. What is that? If you want to sell means you will give some samples. You will give some free gifts. So that by using that, customers will come back and buy the product if it is good. That is called samples and free gift. Samples and free gifts comes under what? Yes, these things will come under selling and distribution. Selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. Next. So your first part is done. We'll go for the next one. Now, sales office expenses. Similarly, selling and distribution expenses. Showroom lighting and decorative expenses. Showroom means what? Where you keep your finished goods. That is called showroom. Showroom, it is nothing but for your selling purpose. So it will be selling and distribution expenses. Or else we can call it as overhead. Then director fees, this will be your factory overhead. This will be administration overhead. Cleaning charges, again we have two classifications. First one will be factory overhead and second one will be office or else administration overhead. Next, depreciation. We have two types of depreciation. One for plant and machinery, that is for factory overhead. Where do we use plant and machinery? In the factory. So whatever depreciation we charge, that is for factory overhead. Then furniture expenses, it will be administration overhead. Administration overhead. Then delivery van. Where do you use delivery van? For transportation purpose. Why do you transport? To sell your product. So delivery van comes under selling and distribution expenses or else overhead. Rent. Under this you have three rents. First one will be factory overhead. Second one, administration overhead. And the last one is warehouse. Warehouse, it is nothing but your selling and distribution overhead. Or else we can call it as expenses. Clear? Yes. Now, brokerage and underwriters commission will come later. This will come later. While doing answer, I will explain you. Next, discount on issue of debenture. Again, I will come later. While doing answer, I will explain you. Next, stores. Stores means it is nothing but your stock. This also will explain you at the end. Now, so these are the details we have as per the question. Three things are pending. While doing answer, I'll explain you. I'll give you the concept also for those. Now, prepare cost sheet giving the following information. Which are the things you need to find out? Very simple. You have to prepare cost of material consumed, prime cost, work on cost, as well as cost of production, cost of sales. These are the informations we are supposed to find out. Now, so in your solution, now we are in the first part of your solution. Now, this will be your heading, cost sheet of Sumuchi Industry Limited for the quarter ending 31st March 2016. Now, so whatever we have mentioned as prime cost, we have taken. I'll go back to your question. See, these are your prime cost. Opening, raw material, closing, add and minus your prime cost as well as prime cost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total you have 5 items. Now, opening stock of raw material, purchase of raw material, carriage inward minus closing stock. Done. So if you do everything, you will get 8,20,000. In this problem, cost per unit have not asked. That's why we are doing normal problem. Now, once if you're done with this, in the question they have given cost of material consumed as well as productive wages they have given. Cost of material consumed 8,38,000 minus 18,000, 8,20,000. Now, from that, if you add productive wages, your answer will be 12,70,000. What is the 12,70,000? That 12,70,000 we call it as your prime cost. Hope you understood. Your first part is done. Any doubt in first part? No. Whatever is there in the question, you know the format. As per the format, we filled. So prime cost we have done. Next, they have not given any information about work in progress and finished goods. 90% of the problems they will not give. Only they start with raw material, they end with your prime cost, and they will not give you any information about opening work in progress, closing work in progress, opening finished goods, closing finished goods, so that it will be easy for you. Then, so next one will be works overhead. What is this? Works overhead. Now, under this, power and fuel, research, factory stationery, director fees, factory cleaning, depreciation on plant, rent on factory building, as well as stores. Now, what do you mean by stores? It is not your closing stock. Stores means small equipment like your screw, net, or small metals, or some which are related to your production, which is still pending in your godown. It is not godown in your factory. So those things we call it as stores. Stores, it is nothing but your expenses only. Now, you have to add everything. I'll go back to your question. I cleared your stores. Hope you understood what is stores. It is nothing but closing material for factory. Closing material for factory. It is not raw material. It is a closing material, small tools. Now, in this, we have taken stores also. Total it is 1,82,500. Now, if you add everything, you will get 1,82,500. For that, what was your total? 12,70,000 plus 1,82,000. Your answer will be 14,52,500. Hope you understood. Clear? Yes, good. Now, so up to work cost, it is done. We'll move for the next one. Next, elements of cost under this, very simple. Office overhead. Office overhead. Under office overhead, what will come in this? Office stationery, legal charges, audit fees, director fees, office cleaning, depreciation, rent of office building, all related to office. I'll go back to your question. As per your question, see, is there any office? Stationery, office, legal charges, office, audit fees, office, then your director fees, office, cleaning charges, office, depreciation on furniture, office, rent, office. So these are the expenditures which comes under office. Now, These things we have taken and copied. So these are the office related expenses. Add everything. After adding, you got 78,550. What was your previous total? Your previous total was 14,52,500 plus 78,550. You will get 15,31,50. Hope you understood. Now, this is all about your cost of production. Now, almost 70% we completed. We'll move for the next one. Your selling and distribution overhead. Selling and distribution overhead. Now, as per this, cost of sample, sales office expenses, showroom lighting, depreciation of delivery van, rent of warehouses, all related to your sales. Like cost of sample, if you want to sell, you have to give some samples. Sales office expenses, you need to keep a separate office for your sales purpose, that expenses. Showroom lighting and decoration, if any festival, if you are giving some offers, you have to do some lightings and all, that will be your showroom lighting and decoration. Depreciation on delivery van, so if you are running a delivery van, on that every year you have to charge depreciation, that will be depreciation on delivery van. Next, rent of warehouse, so whatever unsold goods are there, you have to keep it in warehouse or go down. For that you have to pay rent, that is called as your warehouse rent. Clear? Add everything, you will get cost of sales, or you can call it as total cost. What is your total cost? 16,06,050. Now, how much it is? 16,06,050. Now, we have not calculated sales. We have not calculated profit. Why? Because they have not given any information about sales. They have not given any information about profit, not even percentage also. Then your problem will end when you go for total cost. Clear? Up to this, any doubt? Hope there is no doubt. And this is a summary of your problem. What do you mean by summary? I'll go back. As per this, your first step answer is how much? 12,70,000. Before that, cost of material consumed 8,20,000, 8,20,000. Your prime cost, let's see, 8,20,000 is your first answer. Second one, 12,70,000. This is the cost of raw material consumed. This is your prime cost. Remember, 8,20,000, 12,70,000. 8,20,000 raw material consumed. 12,70,000 is your prime cost. It is a just summary of your answer. Again, I'll go back. Work cost. Your work cost is 1,82,500. How much is your work cost? 1,82,500. Then cost of production 78,550. See, 1,82,550. Now you added your total office cost. You got 15,31,50. 15,31,50. So final cost of sales 16,06,050. So it is nothing but summary of your complete answer. At the time of evaluation, what he will do, he will not search individually. He will see this. If it is correct, he will give 15 marks and done. He will put right. So your presentation matters. So even though your answer is correct, but you didn't score centum. The reason is very simple. Your presentation is not up to the mark. So please give concentration on your presentation. Presentation also part of your answer. Now, I'll go back to your previous this thing so that you can take screenshot. This will be your problem number 9. And this is the first part of your question. This is the second part of your question. There is a solution, first part up to prime cost. There is a solution up to work cost. Solution up to cost of production. solution up to cost of sales. This is a summary of your complete solution. So as I told you, last session we did one problem and gave you part as a homework. So for that I have shown you the answer now. So if you have still any doubts, you can put it in comment box. I try to solve those doubts. So I'll end up this session. In the next session, we will come up with quotations. What is quotation? I'll explain you in the next session. Other two sessions, we complete our cost sheet topic. Thank you.